This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute professional medical advice. Please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare specialist before starting any new vitamins or supplements mentioned in this video. Use of this information is at your own risk. Doctors can predict exactly how many years of independence you have left just by watching you do one simple movement. If you fail this 5-second test, your risk of a sudden, fatal bone fracture skyrockets. Your legs are hiding a dark secret about your future, and ignoring this slight weakness today guarantees you will spend your final years trapped, relying on strangers just to survive. Doctors can predict exactly how many years of independence you have left just by watching you do one simple movement. If you fail this 5-second test, your risk of a sudden, fatal bone fracture skyrockets. Your legs are hiding a dark secret about your future, and ignoring this slight weakness today guarantees you will spend your final years trapped, relying on strangers just to survive. Welcome to EldraFit Nutrition. It is a pleasure to have you with us today. If you want to protect your health, maintain your freedom, and discover the vital truths about aging gracefully, please hit that subscribe button right now. Your subscription and support give us the motivation and drive to keep creating these life-saving videos for you in the future. If you have already celebrated your 60th birthday, you might have noticed subtle changes that you quickly brushed off as normal aging. Perhaps it is that heavy feeling when you climb a short flight of stairs, the instinctive reach for the armrest when you stand up from your favorite chair, or the slight shuffle in your step when you feel tired. You might think these are just minor inconveniences. You are completely wrong. These are the blaring red sirens of a biological collapse. When you neglect your legs, you are not just losing a bit of muscle tone. You are actively inviting a catastrophic event into your life. At this stage in life, a fall is rarely just a stumble. It is a violent, life-altering tragedy. Imagine the sheer terror of lying on a cold floor, unable to move, realizing that a shattered hip has just erased your autonomy forever. This is not an exaggeration. For countless older adults, a single fracture marks the permanent end of their freedom. It is the dividing line between living in your own home and spending your remaining days confined to a wheelchair in a care facility, staring at the ceiling, waiting for someone else to help you with the most basic, private functions of daily life. The weakness creeping into your legs right now is a silent countdown to that exact nightmare. It strips away your dignity, drains your spirit, and turns you from a vibrant participant in life into a helpless patient. Your legs are the literal pillars of your existence. Allowing them to wither away is the most dangerous gamble you can make with your lifespan. Because when those pillars crumble, your entire world collapses with them. It is a relentless, unforgiving progression that does not stop unless you force it to. Before we move on to the fascinating medical reasons behind this, I have a quick question for you to ponder. When you think about your physical health over the next 10 to 20 years, what actually scares you the most? Option A, developing a chronic illness or disease that requires constant medication. Option B, losing your physical independence and needing someone else to help you walk, dress, or bathe. Please take a moment and type A or B in the comments below. We truly want to know what matters most to you. Many people mistakenly believe that the core of their vitality resides entirely in their chest or inside their skull, completely oblivious to the massive biological engine operating below their waist. The truth is, your legs are essentially the second heart of your body. Every single time you take a step, the massive muscles in your calves and thighs contract, acting as a powerful biological pump. This continuous squeezing action defies gravity, forcing deoxygenated blood and waste products back up to your chest to be refreshed. When you allow your leg muscles to shrink and weaken after the age of 60, this crucial pumping mechanism begins to fail. Blood starts to pool in your lower extremities. This stagnation is exactly what leads to chronic swelling, the formation of deadly blood clots, and a terrifying amount of unnecessary strain on your actual heart, which now has to work twice as hard to keep your circulation moving. Beyond acting as a secondary circulatory system, your legs are the largest metabolic furnace you possess. The quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes are vast reservoirs designed to soak up excess glucose from your bloodstream. When these muscles are thick, strong, and active, they effortlessly regulate your blood sugar and maintain high insulin sensitivity. However, when these muscles atrophy from neglect, that furnace shuts down. The food you eat has nowhere to go. Glucose remains trapped in your bloodstream, acting as a corrosive toxin that damages your blood vessels and accelerates systemic aging. This rapid loss of muscle mass in your legs is the primary hidden trigger for obesity, metabolic syndrome, and the sudden onset of type 2 diabetes in your later years. Furthermore, you must understand that your skeleton alone cannot protect you. Your bones are essentially brittle scaffolding. It is the thick, functional muscle surrounding your joints that acts as the ultimate shock absorber. When your leg muscles deteriorate, every step you take sends a harsh, unprotected impact directly into the cartilage of your knees and hips, rapidly accelerating joint degeneration and excruciating arthritis. Worse still, without the rapid reflex and power of strong leg muscles, you completely lose your ability to catch your balance when you inevitably slip. The muscle is the only armor your frail bones have left. Without it, your skeleton is completely exposed, turning every uneven sidewalk or slippery floor into a lethal hazard waiting to claim your mobility. Understanding this intricate medical reality is the first step in realizing that leg strength is not about fitness. It is the fundamental biology of survival. There is a comforting yet entirely destructive myth that circulates among adults over 60. It is the belief that a gentle, leisurely morning stroll through the neighborhood is the ultimate shield against aging. While walking offers undeniable cardiovascular benefits, relying on it as your sole form of physical preservation is a monumental error. Walking alone simply does not generate the necessary biological stress required to halt the relentless wasting away of your muscle tissue. Your body operates on a ruthless principle of use it or lose it. Without targeted, deliberate resistance, the vital muscle fibers in your thighs and calves will continue to silently vanish, leaving you progressively weaker with every passing year. You must abandon the illusion that light cardio is enough and confront the reality that resistance training is your true lifeline. This does not mean you need to step foot inside a crowded gymnasium or lift heavy iron plates. True strength preservation happens right in the comfort of your living room. The movements that save lives are the ones that mimic the demands of your daily existence. Controlled squats, utilizing the edge of your couch, gentle lunges that challenge your stability, and simple calf raises while holding onto a kitchen counter are the precise actions that force your muscles to adapt, rebuild, and fortify your skeletal frame. Alongside building raw strength, you must actively train your nervous system to handle instability. Balancing on one leg while brushing your teeth or practicing controlled shifts in your body weight forces your brain to rapidly communicate with the stabilizing muscles in your ankles and knees. This neural connection is what prevents a minor stumble from becoming a devastating fall. To truly understand how dangerously close you might be to losing your independence, you need to perform a brutally honest self-assessment right now. Find a firm, hard-backed chair. Sit down, cross your arms tightly over your chest, and attempt to stand up to a full upright position and sit back down 5 times in a row, as quickly as you can, without ever using your hands for momentum or support. This 5-second sit-to-stand test is the ultimate revealer of your biological age. If you struggle, if you lose your balance, or if you simply cannot lift your own body weight without relying on your arms, you are standing on the precipice of a crisis. This inability is not a sign to surrender. It is a blaring alarm urging you to fight back immediately. Dedicating just 10 focused minutes a day to these vital movements is the absolute minimum requirement to reclaim your physical autonomy and step away from the edge of fragility. However, the most rigorous daily movement will remain entirely useless if you are silently starving your body of the exact materials it desperately needs to rebuild. You can push your muscles to the limit, but without proper nourishment, they will only break down further, leaving your joints grinding together in agonizing friction. After your 60th year, your digestive system naturally becomes less efficient at absorbing and utilizing nutrients, which means your daily food choices must become razor sharp and incredibly purposeful. Protein is no longer just a dietary option. It is the absolute architectural foundation of your continued mobility. Without a robust and consistent intake of high-quality protein from lean meats, fish, eggs, or dense legumes, your body physically cannot repair the micro-tears created during your daily movements. You are essentially demanding your body to construct a brick wall without providing any bricks, accelerating the very muscle wasting you are desperately trying to prevent. But muscle strength alone cannot save you if every step you take is plagued by the searing pain of inflammation. That deep, throbbing ache in your knees and ankles is a chemical fire burning within your joints. To extinguish this relentless inflammation, you must flood your system with omega-3 fatty acids. Rich sources like wild-caught fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds act as natural, powerful lubricants that soothe irritated tissues and restore a pain-free, fluid range of motion to your stiffest joints. Yet, the most tragically overlooked element of joint and muscle preservation is something as simple as pure water. As we age, our natural thirst mechanism becomes dangerously muted. You are likely walking around in a constant state of mild, unseen dehydration. When your body lacks water, the cartilage cushioning your knees dries out, becoming brittle and highly susceptible to tearing. Simultaneously, your dehydrated muscle fibers become rigid, prone to severe cramping, and drastically slower to recover. By simply committing to drinking water consistently throughout the day, long before you ever feel parched, you instantly lubricate the biological hinges of your body. Every meal you consume and every glass of water you drink is a direct biological instruction to your cells. You are either feeding the rapid decline of your independence, or you are actively regenerating the resilient, powerful legs that will carry you safely through the rest of your life. The choice rests entirely on what you place on your plate today. The number of candles on your birthday cake is entirely out of your control, but the physical reality of how you spend those remaining years is a choice you make every single morning. You are standing at a critical crossroads today. Down one path lies a profound and terrifying loss of dignity, where the simple act of using the restroom requires the physical assistance of your children or a hired nurse. Down the other path lies the vibrant, unbroken freedom to walk through your garden, travel to see your grandchildren, and live entirely on your own terms. Cultivating the power in your legs cannot wait for a more convenient tomorrow, and it certainly cannot wait until a sudden, agonizing pain forces you into a hospital bed. Action must be taken right now, while you still have the strength to fight back against the decay. Every deliberate squat you perform in your living room, every gram of high-quality protein you consume, and every glass of water you drink is a solid brick in the fortress of your independence. You are not just exercising or dieting, you are actively buying back your future. Do you want to stride confidently through your golden years with a body that obeys your commands? Or do you want to slowly fade into the background as a prisoner in your own home, completely reliant on the mercy and schedule of others? The brutal truth of aging is that nobody else can do the work for you. You must value your own life enough to protect the very foundation that holds you upright. Saving your legs is not a matter of vanity or fitness. It is the ultimate act of self-preservation, ensuring that you remain a vital, active participant in your family's life rather than a tragic burden they must carry. Choose freedom, choose resilience, and choose to defend your independence with everything you have. The most profound lesson we can extract from understanding the biological reality of our legs is that aging is not a passive slide into frailty. It is an active, daily negotiation with our own bodies. For decades, society has conditioned us to accept weakness as an inevitable consequence of getting older. We are taught to sit down, take it easy, and surrender our physical autonomy the moment we cross the threshold of 60. But the science tells a radically different and deeply empowering story. The human body retains a miraculous, lifelong ability to adapt, rebuild, and fortify itself, provided we give it the correct signals through deliberate movement and targeted nutrition. The ultimate takeaway is that you are the sole architect of your physical destiny. You possess the immense power to rewrite the narrative of your golden years. Applying this lesson to your current life does not require a massive, overwhelming overhaul of your entire routine. It begins with a fundamental, unshakable shift in your mindset. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not view movement as a painful chore. View it as a daily dose of medicine that guarantees your ongoing freedom. When you sit down for a meal, ask yourself if the food on your plate is actively building your strength or silently feeding your physical decline. Start small, but remain fiercely consistent. Stand up during commercial breaks, consciously push through your heels when rising from a chair, and fiercely prioritize the nutrients that repair your vital tissues. By taking absolute ownership of your physical foundation today, you are giving yourself the greatest gift possible: the ability to live out your remaining decades with unbroken dignity, vibrant energy, and absolute independence. We would love to hear your perspective on this vital topic. What is one simple daily habit you are going to change starting today to build stronger legs and protect your future? Please share your thoughts in the comments below so our community can learn from and inspire one another. Finally, if you found this information eye-opening and want to continue protecting your health, please hit that subscribe button to support EldraFit Nutrition. Your subscription gives us the tremendous motivation needed to keep producing these life-saving videos for you. Thank you for watching, and remember that your freedom is always in your own hands.